Warner Brothers censored lines about Dumbledore being gay in the Chinese release of Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm sure there's some other red states who like that version. Color me unsurprised that Warner Brothers cut out any reference to homosexuality in a film being sent to China. As many are aware, China isn't exactly known for its support of things like homosexuality, women's rights, or ethnic minorities. Or as the right might say, China's based. So of course, WB cut out the content, like several other studios had done before. All 6 seconds of it. I love how they're so proud to play on this relationship J.K. Rowling invented after the fact by not showing it at all. For those who don't know, while promoting the final Harry Potter book, someone asked Rowling at a Q&A session if Dumbledore would ever fall in love, and Rowling responded with, quote, "My truthful answer to you, I always saw Dumbledore as gay," which is quite the non sequitur. But keep in mind this was 2007, right in the middle of the push for gay marriage, which was still illegal in most of the US and the UK. You know, back in the good old days when the queers knew their place. Rowling making that statement was a slap to the face of the conservatives who long regarded her books as bad because they would indoctrinate their kids into being fictional wizards. Of course, there's nothing in the books that apparently even hints at any relationship Dumbledore had, gay or straight. This seems to be a thing Rowling did to make a point, however, she never followed up on it. My understanding, and Potter fans can correct me if I'm wrong, all of this has been out of book and off screen, which makes the whole thing weird because we're now at a point, much to some people's chagrin, where you can have openly gay characters. But it seems like Rowling and WB have done everything to avoid being specific. I would understand this if Rowling hadn't said he was gay, but I don't get the pussyfooting when she said it 15 years ago. Either commit to the bit or don't. It doesn't make any sense to play this game. What makes even less sense is what they cut out, which were the lines, "I was in love with you," and "the summer Gellert and I fell in love." Is that it? That's what got China pissy. Okay. I mean, I've seen people have conniptions over a 3-letter word, so I can only imagine the effect of the most devastating 13 words in history. Of course, the Wakandans pounced on WB, despite everyone knowing this is what WB would do because, as the Hollywood Reporter says, quote, "The cuts amount to just 6 seconds of the film's 143-minute runtime, but are rather pivotal to establishing the characters." Right. It's so pivotal to establishing the characters that it's never been in any of the books or films. Whatever, dude. So Warner Brothers released a mealy-mouthed statement to try to lessen the faux outrage over some shit no one actually cares about. Quote, "As a studio, we're committed to safeguarding the integrity of every film we release. Yes, that's why you edit them to please communist governments. And that extends to circumstances that necessitate making nuanced cuts in order to respond sensitively to a variety of in-market factors." Translation, we want China's money, so no queers. "Our hope is to release our features worldwide as released by their creators, but historically, we have faced small edits made in local markets." That's interesting because I'm pretty sure that in this local market, the United States, half the country doesn't like the gays, and yet you're not sending them edited versions of the films. Not that they would object if you did. It doesn't seem like you're being sensitive to local markets. Seems like there's something else, money, involved. In the case of Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore, a 6-second cut was requested by the Chinese Communist government. You can add that in, they're very proud of it. And Warner Brothers accepted those changes to comply with local requirements, because you're pussies. But the spirit of the film remains intact. Does that mean that you have other gay shit in the film that they just didn't notice? If so, and you knew they'd bitch about it like this, why did you just make all of it subtext? Clearly you're not willing to commit to the bit and show Dumbledore and Grindelwald's relationship, whatever it may be. So why not just leave the subtext, like in Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes films, instead of quarter-assing it and then making yourselves look like re-niggers? We want audiences everywhere in the world to see and enjoy this film, and it's important to us that Chinese audiences have the opportunity to experience it as well, even with these minor edits. You know that China is the biggest pirates in the world, right? So they're gonna see the original version. I don't get this response. If it's just 6 seconds that ultimately don't matter, why put them in any version of the film? If those 6 seconds do matter, why not stand up for the filmmaker's vision and refuse to edit the film? It either matters or it doesn't. You need to pick one and stick to it. I understand that your primary concern isn't artistic integrity but money. However, you must know by now that this is going to keep happening with China. They're going to keep demanding y'all censor the films, and probably already demand changes to suit their political views. And this will continue to escalate once they realize they can get you to bend on anything. This isn't the film to fight this battle over, but eventually you're going to need to stand your ground and tell them no. We're not editing our films to suit your fucking politics. You take it as it is, or you don't get it. Stop compromising with fucking communists. Otherwise, you're going to turn into a bunch of propagandists. Wait, scratch that. Bigger propagandists. But what do I know? I'm just some guy.